little stress and anxiety here. I see someone feeling frustrated. And I feel there's some sort of deception here. Okay. Yeah, I feel like you got someone here who's blocking you, maybe pushing you away. Yeah, this is someone who's moving very slow. It looks like you got someone here who kind of just comes in when they want attention. They possibly kind of manipulate or play mind games. Yeah, creating stress and anxiety. It's all based on a lot of unfounded fear, and it has to do with this chasing energy, because to me it looks like it's somebody here who just kind of comes in when they want attention. It's a person who just wants to be single, and it takes them a long time to come back around. So I feel like this is someone, they kind of come in, then they push you away. If you don't give them what they want, they block you or push you away. So if you're dealing with someone like this and you're feeling really stressed about it, let's have a look at what the cards have to say here. Yeah, see, you're just waiting. See, some of you are waiting, feeling a lot of stress and anxiety. And I feel like this is somebody here where this situation's not really serving them anyway, because I feel like they may have some kind of regrets here. But like I say, it's when someone keeps you waiting for a long time and then they come in after a long period of time, and if they don't get what they want, see, this is somebody who doesn't want the responsibility of a relationship. This is often someone who blames the other person. They push them away and then blame the other person, kind of. Or if you end up, standing up for yourself, you're the one who's the problem here. So, yeah, I feel like what you need to deal with here is just sort of, see if somebody here isn't being fair. See, I feel like you're just kind of waiting patiently, hoping this person comes in right at some point. But I don't know. I feel like this is somebody here who, if you push them away, they probably feel kind of defeated. And I do think some of you have someone who probably has some regrets here. But it has to do with this person still playing the field. And this is someone who's not ready to settle down. I feel they're single. They have what they need. They don't want to give anything. I feel it, like I say, I feel this is someone who kind of keeps secrets. They keep things to themselves. I think they know they're not being fair. They're not coming in right or behaving right. And I do feel there's likely some regrets for some of these people. But I feel with the High Priestess, it's telling you to trust your intuition. This is just someone who comes in when they want attention. But if you don't give them the attention what they want, they just push you away or block you. So if you stood up to this person, like I say, they kind of blame you. Yeah. See, Five of Swords, deception, mind games, manipulation, Yeah. Some of you kind of feel defeated this way, I feel. But like I say, I feel like the whole point is someone who comes back around after a long period of time, you see, and they keep doing the same thing. It's a vicious cycle here. So basically, it's, you have to take a look at this here, while you're waiting here. Is this person actually right for you? Because I do feel they kind of keep things to themselves, secret. I do think this is someone who if they don't get attention from you, they get it from somebody else. Because I feel it's somebody here, like you give them attention, and then when they get what they want, they push you away. So, like I say, I feel like it's just this vicious cycle here. And I do feel it's, this trust energy. I feel some of you are kind of frustrated. But I feel this is someone who has a tendency to play games. They're playing mind games here. Yeah, this is waiting for someone to reach out, to reciprocate here. Some of you reach out to this person and they kind of just, ignore here. So I feel like you're dealing with someone who's, they probably have a lot of baggage, but, with this energy here, I just feel like they blame. They blame you for what they're doing. And that's what they're doing here. Yeah, and also some of you, they are juggling, possibly reaching out to other people. So I feel like you're kind of weighing the pros and the cons here. It's an inner struggle, but like I say, I feel like you have to kind of do what's right for you. Yeah, some of you might even have another choice here. Yeah, this is often too, somebody here, they just come in out of the blue when they want attention. I feel some of you, while you're waiting, you may get other people coming in. You may even have some choices. But yeah, you can see someone here is focused on self. It's all about me. It's all about me, me, me. They kind of behave immature. It's a person, honestly, it's somebody who, it's not like they don't like you. Or it's just a person here who, they're not ready for anything. they're not mature, they're not ready. And it doesn't matter how old they are, they're just not ready for any kind of committed relationship, or they just kind of want to play the field, kind of do their own thing. They just want to be free. So this is why I feel, and they do have a tendency to kind of keep it all in, keeping secrets, I feel. But I feel some of you may have some other opportunities coming in here, maybe multiple, but this is often a person who does too. They have, people reaching out to them, giving them attention. They love the attention. So this is someone who's an attention seeker. Yeah, but I do feel this is someone, when they have a situation that isn't successful with another person, then they come towards you. So yeah, let's have a look at this High Priestess energy. It's telling you to trust your intuition, to pay attention to the signs and the signals. Okay, to kind of look at this, whether this person's actually right for you. Yeah, you can see they reach out, they come in out of the blue. It's saying to look at the details of the situation, to look at the signs, the signals of the situation here. Yeah, because I see this person at times communicating here. See, when they want attention, they love the attention. But it's all about them. They probably talk a lot about themselves. But I'm going to tell you, some of you too, it's reading between the lines where they say something, put their foot in their mouth, and they say something wrong. And I feel this is where you're going to pay attention to the signs. The red flags are cautioning you. So don't ignore that, okay? Yeah, see, this is someone who doesn't want the responsibility of a relationship. They work, they have what they need. They really aren't somebody who wants to share anything, okay? They don't really want to give, or they feel they don't have enough to give. I mean, there's obviously an attraction, but it's just somebody who's immature. They're just not ready for a relationship, because it's kind of all about themselves here. Yeah, see, it's an energy too. This is someone who often avoids you. See, when it's time to connect, to spend some time together, this is someone who avoids. But like I feel here, what we have is telling you to move on here. See, you may be even thinking of that. It's time to move on. Take the lessons learned. Yeah, some of you have a type too. You've had this happen a few times. So it's telling you to kind of look at that, because it's often, and I do see somebody here on the rebound, that rebound energy. But it's an energy of what you put out there is why I feel these people are coming your way. Why they, it's people who take advantage of others, and it's the energy of someone taking advantage, juggling here. So I feel like you're kind of looking at this. Should I just wait for this person to see if they reach out, or should you take other opportunities? Don't miss other opportunities for somebody who keeps you waiting. Okay, because it's just a waste of time. You're wasting your time, your energy. Life is short. So what else do you need to know? Yeah, I feel this is pretty clear cut here. It's, taking the lessons you learned, just waiting for things to kind of calm down. But this is often someone who kind of waits for things to calm down, and then they come back around. So it's an energy of learning the lessons. Yeah. Like I say, I feel like, yeah, so you can see there's heartache, possible third-party situations. See someone being deceptive, mind games, they manipulate. If they don't get what they want, they push you away, block you. So like I say, if you stand up to this person, you're the one who's at fault. They blame you. So this is someone who's blaming someone else. It's telling you to tame that beast within yourself, to be strong and confident, to move on here. See, they lack confidence. This is often someone who's insecure, and they lack a lot of confidence, because they're not ready. They're single. They just want to be single. They're just playing the field. They're likely getting attention from others or giving it to others, especially if they're not giving you the attention you need, you see. Yeah, so we have the Hierophant, a habit. See, someone who keeps doing the same thing over and over again. They come back around and do the same thing. It's a habit. It's the way this person conducts themselves. See, they take a lot of time. They're more focused on their money, other things. They don't want to share anything. They don't really want to share. They feel they don't have anything to really give. But it's an energy of someone who's taking advantage. So, yeah. And I do feel there's some guilt here, but yet this person somehow just, I just feel like they lack confidence. I feel they lack the inner strength. There's somebody who's non-committal. Yeah, you see, this is someone who rejects or ignores somebody. because, you know, there's a lot of hurt here. They know they're hurting you, but they're also hurting themselves in the same process. The pattern, the habit, the way they conduct themselves. This is somebody who doesn't want to commit. You know, they keep it all in. They're a little full of themselves too. They have a bit of an ego, so they kind of feel, you know, that you know, so like I say, they feel kind of entitled, so they're really full of themselves. Yeah, that's the entitled energy too. You deserve better too. This person knows it too. They know it. It's not like they're oblivious to it. They know. But they're hurting themselves. And I do see a lot of hurt feelings. Some of you third-party situations. Yeah, see, they rush in, rush out. But it's telling you to think things through the next time this person comes forward, because I feel this is a rejection, or they ignore you when you want attention. You see? They push you away, but yet if you stand up to them, they run away. So this is someone who just runs away. They take off in the other direction. I actually feel some of you have actually defeated this person already, because I see the defeat. Because then they come towards you and you just ignore them in rejection. Thanks, but no thanks. Not interested. Yeah, they're pretty full of themselves, I'm going to tell you that. Yeah, some of you are going to move on from this energy. I see a lot of growth and personal growth, a lot of inner strength here for yourself. So I do see change for the better. But see, some of you are actually going to end this. You're going to actually block this person and refuse to talk to them, no longer give them. See, it's an energy of no longer feeding their ego. Because this is what happens is you're waiting for this person and you're hoping this person reciprocates. You may send them a message, communication as well, because I'm seeing both perspectives, and then they kind of ignore. But you're feeding their ego. It's saying to stop feeding their ego, because they have a pretty big ego, and that's why they have people interested in them, people chasing them. So they like the chase. They like to play games. They think it's fun. This is, but you can see the death and end of a situation. See, this internal. This is, if you stand up to this person, this is an energy of defeat. I see the death of the ego. Some of you have done this already to this person. And it's kind of sad things have to be this way. But like I say, I feel like you got someone who just doesn't seem to want to learn. They just want to keep everything to themselves. You deserve better. It's telling you to look at that. You deserve better. Okay, you deserve someone who gives you attention, someone who wants to spend time with you. Because if someone doesn't want to spend time with you, they're not interested enough. They're not ready. Let's have a look at that Page of Wands. Yeah, see? Someone who puts on the brakes. They don't get what they want, they put on the brakes. And I do think this is someone who's looking at this, but I feel a lot of this is yourself. Staying in control of your emotions. Don't be ruled by them. Okay? It's an energy of taking back your power. The best way to take back your power is to just ignore them. You don't have to do anything. Just ignore them. Don't give them any attention of any kind. Don't respond to their communications. And just let them go, because it is the death of the ego. I can see it, see, where they feel defeated because you're no longer feeding their ego. And they can handle that, but you have to look out for yourself. You have to look out for number one. You deserve better. You are not entitled to give this person what they want when you don't get anything in return, because it is an energy of someone who takes advantage of somebody. Someone who's, always waiting, always there waiting for this person. So like I say, it's putting on the brakes and taking a look. It's time to take your power back. I feel some of you have, speaking up, speaking your mind. You could have someone giving you advice, but it's an energy of speaking your mind, speaking your truth. So you want the truth. It's kind of like why, is when I reach out to you, you ignore me, But this is, the only thing that does is kind of fuel the fire when you respond. But I definitely see some of you cutting this person out and speaking your truth. Standing up to them. Yeah, I'm going to tell you, like I say, it's the death of the ego. This is someone who didn't get what they wanted, so they go get attention elsewhere, you see? They're full of themselves. This is somebody who's used to being chased. Yeah, regardless of this person, if, I do feel they have regrets. I do feel this is someone who has regrets. Be sure, focusing on self. Yeah, obviously, there's, they like, but they have insecurities, and that's that energy of being sneaky, manipulative, because they have insecurities. Tell me more about this person here. With this Nine of Cups energy. See, they're not showing their true self. This is someone who's not showing their true self, showing you who they really are. They kind of hide behind that mask. Okay, so this is somebody who's kind of fake. Yeah, they're fake. I mean, this is what I see, just a fake person. And I do feel the death of the ego. Yeah, ghosting, ignoring, the best thing for you. They have insecurities. This is someone who actually has lack. They don't love themselves first. You know, they haven't, you know, this is a person here, but this is an energy of somebody, you know, being left out. Now they're feeling left out. They're feeling left out in the cold because this is what happens. But this is someone who needs to look at that. They need to look at the way they're behaving, the way they're conducting themselves. Like I say, they're acting entitled, like somehow, you know, they deserve. Very much full of themselves. And it's so sad because, I mean, I see this as somebody here who, for some of you, this person isn't unfaithful. They're not really with anybody when they're not with you, but it's like the game playing. Others of you, definitely third party. When you call this person out, they run away. So, but others of you, it's just, you know, it has to do with their lifestyle, their habits. They don't play by the rules, you see. It's just someone who doesn't want commitment, plain and simple. Yeah, in other words, they'd probably be with you, but they would never really commit. In other words, unless they want attention, you likely won't hear from this person. But I do feel they have deep-rooted insecurities that they need to sort out. And I feel this is someone who's being fake. They're not showing their true self. Like I say, they wear the mask. So what I feel is they are defeated. I feel like some of you are going to end this. And they definitely feel the defeat. Yeah, see, they're being caught manipulating, and they know. It's like they know you know. But this is where you have the power. You have the tools to stand up to this person, to speak up and speak your mind. So tell me more about this. Yeah, see, this is somebody who doesn't really want to commit. They act like they don't have money, possibly, but they do. They want you to pay for things. So if you're dealing with that too, so it's an energy of not feeling safe. There's lack with this person. They lack, but it's their own energy, self-fulfilling prophecy. So this is what this person does. And I wouldn't be surprised if this person's been through this a few times. Because it's about partnering up and being stable. They're not stable, and that's what it is. There's lack, you see. They're not emotionally stable, mature, ready. Yeah, some of you too, I can see looking on the past with kindness, compassion, but that's your own inner strength. So I feel like you're stronger, emotionally stronger than this person. Some of you, those of you who are putting on the brakes, calling them out, and then cutting them off. It's the defeat, the death of the ego. Yeah, big time for some of you, but I do see the kindness, compassion. See, but you can't feel safe. They're not stable. You can't rely on this person to be there for you through thick and thin, you see. But this is what this person sees now. They see this energy of someone who's kind, compassionate, giving. Some of you forgive this person a few times. They keep doing it. Yeah, so like I say, you're giving, so stop giving so much. Okay, some of you waiting for this person to reciprocate. Some of you are still waiting, you know, hoping this person communicates. I wouldn't be surprised if some of you, this person has you blocked. Don't be afraid to stand up for yourself, or at least just like I say, in turn block this person and just move on. You know, don't put yourself in that position with someone who comes back around after a period of time. You don't know who they've been with, where they've been, what they're up to, third-party situations. See, it's not safe. They're not stable. They're not reliable. But the interesting thing is when you wait, this person sees you as a reliable source to feed their ego. So that's what they do. So you can see doing the same thing over and over again. So yes, you can be kind, compassionate. Look on this with kindness, compassion. But like I say, if you keep forgiving this person, they're going to keep doing the same thing. Yeah, some of you are going to meet someone new too. I can see the energy here. Everything's going to be exposed. I see you being, a lot of you being a lot happier once you stop giving to this person. Because I do, it's kind of giving, kind of being the wife before you're the wife. You're always there. You're there. I feel some of you are actually there for this person sometimes too, you know. being supportive, but I don't think this is someone who will be supportive of you. So I do see some of you leaving this behind. I feel like you're going to connect with someone more reliable. This is a very unreliable person, but they see you as a reliable source to feed their ego. And that's why I feel some of you are leaving this in the past. Yeah, some of you are going to have a new person coming in. I see a spark, an attraction, a passionate new beginning. Yeah, see getting yourself out there again, feeling so much happier when you do this. It's just really about not feeding their ego, no longer talking, no longer reaching out. When they reach out to you looking for attention after a long period of time, it's just like, nope, I got someone new. It's time to move along now. Yeah. Speaking your mind here, speaking your truth, because like I say, they're not reliable, but they see you as somebody, even after a long period of time, they can rely on you to be there waiting. And that's what I feel. That's what happens, the source. Some of you have another person going to come in here. Like I feel this other person's kind of running away, licking their wounds, you see, because you defeated them. They've gone off to lick their wounds. You know, they're blaming yourself. One way to know you're connecting with the right person, if you connect with someone who's been in a relationship and you have that conversation, if they always blame the other person and they never take any blame or responsibility for themselves for a relationship that didn't work even a little bit, you're probably dealing with the same kind of person. Okay, so I feel the signs are cautioning you to pay attention if you have a new person coming in too. Make sure they're emotionally available, that they're generous with their time and energy, also kind and compassionate to the past. Okay, past relationship that don't work out within reason. I mean, sometimes, you know, I mean, we have to be realistic here, but I feel like it's an energy of just being kind, compassionate, feeling strong, but still not, you know, thank you, but no thank you. I'm no longer interested. I've got somebody new. It's time for you to move on. Yeah, see, no longer invested. See, interested in someone else. You've been patient long enough. You're no longer invested. See, once this person knows you're no longer invested emotionally and you cut them off emotionally as well, that's also that defeat. But I feel some of you deserve better. You deserve someone who's invested in you, someone who connects. Look at how that come out. I do think some of you are weighing the pros and the cons with somebody who's coming back and around, or you've got somebody coming and you're comparing them to someone else. Okay? I do see that for some of you. And I do feel there's nothing that compares to the one, the person who connects on an emotional level, who wants to be friends. They want to spend time with you. They want to be with you. Where you see eye to eye, you're on the same page. Because I feel some of you, you're just not on the same page as this other person. They just don't want the same things. Yeah, you see, manipulating, but you're manifesting something new. It's telling you have everything you need to manifest your desires. Okay? Because this is someone who's going to have a lot of regret. The cups are spilled here. Yeah, I feel like you've got a person. Some of you have dealt with someone who keeps coming back around, but they come in with the cup half empty. They're always negative. In other words, and they also always blame the other person. It's kind of like, poor me. You know, they're full of themselves. Like I say, they wear a mask. They're hiding their true self. You know, tell me about the Two of Cups, this next connection. Because I feel like you got someone... Some of you got another opportunity coming in while you're waiting, somebody new. You may be comparing them. Yeah, you've got someone here who's definitely more stable. I see a reason to celebrate. Connecting with somebody. They could be in your neighborhood, your building, somewhere around you, place where you go, where you socialize. Yeah, like I say, it's going someplace. Some of you, it's trying something different, going somewhere different. If you have a place where you go where you kind of meet the same kind of people, you know how some places always sort of have a certain in groups of people. This is where, okay, trying something different, going somewhere else, socializing different places. I feel some of you will meet someone new. I do see a spark and attraction, but making sure that you're both connected emotionally. Someone who's not afraid of sharing their life, their history, you know, because that's what the Hierophant is, the social structure, someone's history, their life. So this is, I feel like you got someone who doesn't really tell you a whole lot. You don't really know what they're doing when you don't see them, when they're not around. A lot of secrecy, keeping everything to themselves. But I feel like you got something better here. It's all about yourself, putting on the brakes, taking back your power, refusing, you know, defeating this person, you know. Yeah, see, walking away. It's time for something new. Some of you are going to move, but this is also some of, they don't get what they want, they go looking for something new. So this is why it's a vicious cycle. It's about yourself breaking free. Breaking free. You will be free of this. Okay, it's time for you to go out and, you know, play the field, date some people, and I do feel some of you will meet someone. It may take a little time, but some of you, I definitely see you comparing someone to someone else, kind of looking for the signs, the signals. If you feel something is off or it doesn't feel right, it probably is. Okay, but I do see connecting with someone, a gathering, getting together with someone. With that Four of Wands, a house, a home. Yeah, I do see a painful period ending. See, this is, like I say, it's a painful period in your life all over. This will end. Those of you who are hurting, if you're really feeling hurt about this, okay, just know this will end. This won't last forever. Okay, you will rise like the phoenix from the ashes. This is what the Ten of Swords is once it's over, it's an energy of looking for something new, connecting with someone new, but breaking the pattern, the habit. You see, it's all about breaking free, not being trapped in this situation, thinking about this person over and over. Yeah, because it's lack. It's just a negative person who's lack. They need to go figure out what it is they want, what makes them happy. You can't do it for them. Yeah, I feel like you're going to connect with someone. Like I say, once this is over, things kind of calm down. Give yourself a chance to heal. Take a little time in between. Think about the lessons you learned. Apply that to this situation. Yeah, some of you are single, but you're now looking out for yourself, taking care of you. Looking out for number one. Yeah, you will have other options and opportunities. Just give yourself a time for things to kind of calm down. You're going to rise like the phoenix from the ashes. You're going to get this offer, this opportunity, a fresh new start. So this is absolutely gorgeous for you. Let me pull out a couple of Moonology cards here. Okay. Yeah, you can overcome this. You just have to call this person out, you know, manipulating, mind games. You know, it's an energy of it's a person who kind of wants to win. They want to see if they can get you. They play mind games to see if you'll chase after them. They love the chase. But when you stop giving to them, they run away. See, they go off to lick their wounds. And that's exactly what some of them will do. Yeah, saying it's to keep your heart open for someone else. Keeping your heart open. Beautiful. Yeah, very nice energy. See, be open to other offers, opportunities. Never sit and wait for somebody like that. Yeah, be open to change. So in other words, it's time for change. And I do see that was the world there. Change. It's time to move on. Okay? Let's calm down. Everything will be over. This painful period in your life will be over. Take some time to think things through. Choose your battles. So, you know, you have to ask yourself, why are you waiting for this person? Why are you letting them come back in and do this? Okay, so let go of your own insecurities. Get yourself out there. Yeah, release those blocks. Little Scorpio energy, see? Releasing blocks. Things that are keeping you kind of stuck. But it's also the person here, they need to heal. This is someone who needs to release their own blocks. But they have to figure these things out for themselves. I definitely see the death of the ego with that person. I mean, and it's hard on see both people. You feel defeated, but just let it go. Okay, release that energy. Believe in your good luck. You are going to have some good luck coming in. I do feel this, like I say, this painful cycle in your life is over. It's finished. You know, take it with Cancer energy. Take a little time for you. Look out for you. Relax a little bit. And then get out and socialize. I feel you're going to connect with someone. I see a fresh new start, an opportunity. Okay? A little time to gather, you know, heal and gather your wits. Yeah, just try to stay positive. Yeah, sometimes you just have to push through that energy. So I'm wishing you guys the best, those of you who are dealing with this. Don't be afraid. That's the biggest message right there. Don't be afraid to call someone out. Just put on the brakes, take control of this situation. Don't let somebody emotionally manipulate you. Okay? This is your power right there. Okay? This is your power, where you put on the brakes and you take control by speaking up. See, and that's where they lose their power. This is someone who wants to take your power. They feel like you're powerful, you're smart, you're intelligent, you see? And that's what you have to do, is you have to show this person, you know, that you're not going to put up with mind games, manipulation, deception, third-party situations, because it hurts. Yeah, see, it's because you're seeing the bigger picture. And this is, I feel, some of you will go through this energy, and many of you already have. So I do see seeing the bigger picture. It's where you realize this person really just wants attention, and they're just kind of, I say, a big ego, very much full of themselves. So, yeah, I feel the next person you connect with, I feel with that, it's an energy of being friends first, soulmates, spending time together. You know, connecting. If somebody doesn't want to connect on the emotional level, that's the first thing you need to look for, is that sign where they don't want to talk about themselves, their life, their history. They don't really have anything to give, or they don't want to share anything. Everything's a secret. That's what you really want to watch for. Okay? Take care. See you soon.